A bank manager asked a poor man, "You are withdrawing 1 lakh rupees and leaving the city today. What's the matter?" The poor man replied, "No, I have been saving money for a long time because my daughter is getting married." The bank manager said, "Be careful carrying the money outside, as there are people waiting to steal it." The poor man said, "Okay," took the money and left. As he walked out of the bank, a masked boy on the street snatched the money from his hand and ran away. The poor man shouted, "Money! Money!" But the thief fled. The poor man immediately went to the police station and said, "A thief has run away with my money. Please get it back for me." A policeman asked, "Tell me exactly what happened." The poor man said, "He just snatched the money from my hand and ran away." The officer asked, "How much money did you have?" The poor man replied, 1 lakh rupees. The officer said, "Where did you get so much money?" The poor man said, "It's for my daughter's wedding. I withdrew it from the bank. Please catch him immediately." The officer said, "Wait a minute." Then she made a phone call and said to her daughter, "I remember your demand. I will bring you an iPhone." Then she ended the call. She told the policeman, "You take down his report. I'll be right back." Then she got up and left. The policeman said to the poor man, "Write down what happened to you here. Then we will take action." The poor man prepared his report. After a while, he asked the policeman, "Has the thief been caught yet?" The policeman said, "Wait a little longer. The officer will come back and then we'll talk." Just then, the policeman received a call. It was the officer. She said, "Bring the poor man inside." The policeman said, "Okay," and took the man inside. The poor man asked the officer, "Have my money been recovered?" The officer said, "Yes, your money has been found." She then picked up the money and handed it to the poor man. The poor man said, "Thank you so much. If I hadn't gotten this money back, my daughter's wedding wouldn't have happened." The officer said, "Don't mention it. Now be careful with the money." The poor man said, "Okay," put the money in his pocket and left. The policeman asked the officer, "You caught the thief and recovered the money so quickly?" The officer said, "This money wasn't his. It was mine." The policeman said, "You gave him the money without any investigation. What if he was lying?" The officer said, "He wasn't lying. When I went to the bank this morning." Flashback. When the officer went to the bank manager asked, "Why are you withdrawing 1 lakh rupees?" The officer said, "It's my daughter's demand for an iPhone. That's why I'm withdrawing the money." The bank manager said, "On one hand, you're fulfilling your daughter's wish with 1 lakh rupees. And this morning, a poor old man came and withdrew 1 lakh rupees for his daughter's wedding. But anyway, then he gave the money to the officer." End of flashback. The officer asked the policeman, "Now you tell me, was my daughter's iPhone more important, or was that man's daughter's wedding more important?" The policeman said, "His daughter's wedding was more important. But what will you tell your daughter?" The officer said, "Instead of giving her the iPhone today, I'll give it to her tomorrow." The policeman said, "You are a very good officer," and saluted her. The officer was happy. This compassionate officer deserves a like.